acquired.
We have them.
Old Glory. The oldest and largest big cone Douglas fir in existence. The oldest and largest. Right there, Old Glory. There's a creek down there. Oh, look at, to your left, to your right, I mean, the tree growing through the house. Look at that. The house is made around that tree. This is the Bear Flats Trail in back of the church in Mount Baldy. I think it's 6 miles, 6,500 foot elevation gain. It is a rough one. I've done it a few times. Look at that. Look at that view. Imagine living there.
Hi Alan. Hi Alan's YouTube fans. This is a dream come true for Snow White. I'm just in my environment. Snow White is it?
We had droppage.
Snow White is.
Oh, look at droppage right on top of us. I think that's where the, yeah, that's where the mountain lion used to be, I believe.
Mountain lion?
They had a mountain lion carved out of volcanic stone. I think that was it. Maybe the people moved, took it with them. Used to have a mountain lion, full-size mountain lion carved out of volcanic rock. It was neat. Don't get too close to the edge here. The people that live here have to hike their groceries all the way up here, and they put them on a platform over there in a basket. I just got dropped on. And they put them in a basket up over here. In that basket, they walk across the bridge and they go up some switchbacks, and they tote their groceries across on that basket. Okay, here's a little bit of local history. This is out of a few different books and off of the locals down behind me. As a lot of you know, I had a girlfriend for 7 years who lived in the village, so she knew all the locals. She knew all the tales, and the locals have a website where they can go on there and sell, trade, barter Like if this guy does plumbing and this guy does electricians, anybody needing it, so they keep it. They keep the work in the village. Also, they sell things. Also, mountain lion spottings, bear spottings, blah blah blah. They have their own website, so a lot of the history's on there. But this house here, this house has a cable running across to that platform. They get to walk their groceries up here to that platform, and they put on that cart and they roll it across to their groceries. But this trail, the guy who cut this trail, his house is up ahead. I'll show you if I can find it. It's well hidden, and in the snow I might miss it. But if I miss it going up, I'll catch it coming back down. So his house, before he built the house, he's the one that cut this trail. Before they put the roof on that, he built a cart, or he had a cart made, three-wheeled cart with a motor. He took a grand piano and cut the legs off, took the legs off it and laid it on its side. He brought that grand piano up here, up this trail. There's a picture with 3 guys or 4 guys guiding it up with a winch off the tree, put that piano in that house, built the roof over it. So that house is still here. I believe the granddaughter's still alive. At least she was at 2007, 2009. So maybe she's not now. She was in her 80s, I believe. But that piano's in there. It can never be taken down. So that's one of the facts with local history up here. It's a really cool house. And the barrel from there is one of the barrels that collects the water that is filtered and brought down to supply water for a lot of the village down here. That's one of them. Another one is up on the hill and back of the ranger station. There's the house, or one of them. I think that's it, yeah. That the piano's in. You can see how old it is. Built with a rock. You gotta leave the trail, and know where to leave the trail. You come down a little path. But that is the house that Jack built, or the house that the guy built who cut this trail, and where the piano's in. There's another one hidden around here somewhere too. It might be up above us, further on the trail. And if so, then it'll be vice versa. But let me check. It's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful world indeed. Beautiful people everywhere. For you. For me. It's a beautiful world. So there's the house down there. A better view of it. It's back here quite a ways, so for that old woman to get in and out, somebody would have to be bringing her stuff, because there's no way she could do it. But the water tank is right up here. You can see this. There's a water pipe running down here that takes the water to the village. They put it up here, I believe, because the creek is they got it directly out of the ground by the creek to avoid it from being contaminated by anything, and it filters through the tank. The tank's pretty big, good size. And if you've ever been in Mount Baldy and been in any of the cabins and taken a shower, cold shower is cold year round. That's because it's coming straight out of the ground here. So we're up here 2 or 3 turns before Bear Flats, and there's 2 big trees down, totally blocking it. So rather than go through that, we're just gonna find a place right here along the creek. That was our goal anyway. Snow, Commander.
No need of corrective.
Exactly.
open with your cocktail, I need 6 Tylenols, 500 milligrams each. And don't call me the next 3 days. I will be in bed rest.
Wine. Nothing. You're fine. You're fine. There you go. Winos forever.
Day player.
Sandwiches. Bulgarian sandwiches.
Do you know what Marina said?
What?
Just give me the wine.
Fine, and you
Then
can
if you
go
wanna even
naked.
get dressed, like,
I don't care.
After they get the wine, they're going naked.
cheers.
I have them a dare. A dare, they're going to run up there and run back naked and jump in this creek.
We need to warm this wine. It's going to be phenomenal.
Okay.
Да. Обаче вътре съм сложила лимони, да знаеш. Look at this.
Sandwiches.
Of the century.
Everything's of the century today.
Except the wine. Wine for the day. Wine of the day. Много ти се е пил. Ама сигурно е добра.
Avocado cheese salami. Avocado cheese salami. How many years has it been since we drank wine up on Baldy? 4 years.
And we will do it in
Now we're drinking wine at Bear Flats.
warm it up.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
Wasn't her ass a little smaller than this time? Because I can see people terrifying.
I had like 63 people ask that question.
Only 63. Only 63. How many people watch your video?
I only had 71 views.
That's why you only have 71 views because
The Isopro didn't want to stay. The Isopro didn't want to put out enough heat,
it's okay.
so I switched over to the Vargo with a good old S-bit and a piece of fat wood. And this bottom became the top. So we will prevail. Not just in the winter, but if you're a local and you have not done Bear Flats, you might not make it all the way to the top of Baldy, but the views you'll get are incredible, especially when you get up by the Narrows. You look on your map, you'll see a section called the Narrows. It's past the big granite. There's a huge piece of quartz. Huge! I've never seen one bigger. It's the size of a small shack. Once you get past that, you get up by the Narrows where you're walking on the trail, and just to the west The West. Just the West. SpongeBob reference. Just when you get to the west, you can climb up to the ridge and look down into Coldwater Canyon. The top of Coldwater Canyon. And it was about 2011, 7, 8, or 11, I want to say. I looked down and there were trucks working on a mine. It's an old tungsten mine. It wasn't until years later I made it back there and went down, checked it all out. But I actually saw that mine being worked. It's on one of my videos. But if you have stamina and if you have time, you start early. You park in back of the church or park somewhere, and you can walk in back of the church, and you pick up the Bear Flats Trail. It goes up 1.6 miles to Bear Flats, and then it continues all the way to Baldy. Well, once you're past the Narrows, it zigzags up and down the southwest corner of West Baldy, and there's a really cool section to camp there. You can set up camp there and go up and summit and come back down, or you can continue and go down either the Bowl or the Backbone. But for that, it's a good idea to have 2 people park one car up by San Antonio Flats and one car down by the lodge somewhere. But it's 6 miles, 6,500 foot elevation gain. It can take anywhere between 6 hours and 12 hours. It is rough. There's some areas where you're stepping up steps that are like 3 feet. And by that time, you're well into the hike, so your legs are burning. But if you're looking for a hike with some incredible views, I would recommend this one. Just take plenty of water. Or a filter, because you can filter out of these creeks. But once you pass Bear Flats, there is no water at all until you either get to the creek down the bowl by the old ski hut, or if you go to the Backbone, not until you get all the way down to the restaurant. And even if the restaurant's closed, they usually have a barrel in the back where you can pump water. Look at that. Walking in a winter wonderland. I have a video. I'll try to put a link down below in the details down below, where I did this hike solo in the snow and ice by myself, solo, with homemade crampons, and I started like at 3 in the afternoon on a Sunday. That was a hairy one, but I was with the girlfriend till late Sunday, so I started late. She walked with me all the way to Bear Flats, and she turned back to go home. I continued on. That night, I made it all the way to that camp that I mentioned below West Baldy, and I had a tarp, a floorless tarp shelter that I camped in, and the wind was blowing so hard I had to get out twice and secure the guy lines. I had to tie the side guy line to a tree to keep it from blowing my tarp away. It was strong. And there were mountain lion prints, and people that spotted mountain lions, they're all telling me you gotta turn back. But she dropped me off. Whoa! Man down. she helped me. She followed me. Molly followed me up to the top of the road, ski hut, and dropped my car off. I had a car at the time, and came back down and dropped me out here at Bear Flats. So my car was at the other side, so turning back was really not an option unless I wanted to walk the road. So I continued going across the Narrows. I spot some eyes. Freaked me out. I was thinking that mountain lion. And I got real close, and I took some foil, put it in an S-bit, and I lit it and set it at one end of the Narrows in the snow so I could see behind me because it was dark. And I walked up ahead. I kept looking back to see if anything went past that flame. It was reflecting up so I could see anything walking past. And as I got forward, there were many sets of eyes. Turned out it was a bunch of bighorn sheep. And on the Narrows, actually the north side of the Narrows, the east side, they went down and straight down that. And any of you who have gone over the Narrows on Bear Flats and seen how straight down that is, that tells you what a bighorn sheep can do in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night.
Is great. Go out. It's really nice. The snow is perfect. Enjoy the snow. It's winterland here.
I met them both on hiking trails.
What's your name?
Marina?
Marina?
Yeah.
M-A-R-I-N-A?
Yeah.
Great. And how do you spell your last name?
Costadino. Kostadinob.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I got some good shots of you guys
Our
walking.
pleasure.
News van, they just interviewed us. It should be on the news today between 4 and 7, he said. We're going to top off the wine with a couple beers at the Mount Baldy Lodge. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Be on the news. This is Friday afternoon. Look at this. The line's already started. Just below Jacob Shiner's grave, if you know where that is.